Are you recording already? All right, we're live. Not really. The farmer in.
Liddell.
The farmer in.
Liddell.
Hi-ho, da dirty do, the farmer in.
Liddell.
Okay, guys, so it's been a little while since we've posted anything up on the channel. I jacked my shoulder up at work, and so I can't really do any outside projects or anything. But in the meantime, I also kind of had a run-in with a four-legged furball, and we killed our bug. It got totaled out because there's too freaking much plastic on the dang things. We'll post a picture right there or something. Anyway, so we bought back something that we've already owned before. It's a Ram50, also known as a Mighty Max or a Power Ram50. Come show them this massive power plant. They called it a Power 50 because it's four-wheel drive. I honestly am not even sure yet which size this motor is. It's a Mitsubishi motor, I know that much. I believe it's a 2.4 liter. I wouldn't call it super powerful, but put her in low range, she'll climb a tree. So it's gonna be a good little ranch truck, but I'm gonna use it as my transportation too. But we're gonna get rid of a few things and upgrade a few things and make it more gooder. Stuff like this. Full disclosure, I did that, but that's janky. That's a little too redneck. So we're gonna get rid of that. But other issues like this here, we kind of need the motor back to be there so that the windshield wipers work. Because this is Oregon. I mean, if you listen, it's raining now. Anyway, we'll give you a little bit of a walk around on the truck, and we'll point a few things out. The overflow bottle and the windshield wipers is just part of it. Somewhere along the lines, the distributor left town as far as the working part. I'm not sure what the problem is exactly yet, but she won't run. I think it might be a fusible link situation. I really hate those things, so we're going to eliminate every one of them if I can. These tires, I don't have a date on. I'm fairly confident they're at least 20 years old, and one of them leaks faster than the other, but they all leak air. If you follow me over here, there's towels on the seat. That's always a good sign. If you want to check the rearview mirror, you have to hold it up yourself. We're going to be fixing that. The driver's side seat is pretty fairly worn. Let's go around to the other side and I'll show you the real big treatment for anti-theft. We're going to need to fix this. Yeah, you don't use a screwdriver for your key to get in. That's kind of hunky. Here's the seat, if you can see it. Somewhere around this area there is a spring that will poke you in the hiney, and that's just not fair. So we're going to have to take care of that. I really want to rip the carpet out and put a rubber floor mat in. And at some point, Liddell's trying to talk me into keeping the pickup box. I'd kind of like to put a flatbed on it so that it's more user-friendly from the side, but I might just build like a toolbox, but it's more of a slide-out kind of thing so that the whole top is dead flat, but you can slide it out and get the stuff in the very front. But it's it's a leaf spring rear suspension. They also made one that was called a Raider, and it had a coil spring rear end like a Jeep. I thought about bobbing the back of it off and bringing it up so you have a better approach angle, but the leaf springs go clear back to like here, so I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Welcome to Lil'Red. This is going to be a project that we'll get on as soon as I get my shoulder healed up. And Liddell says she's going to help, so keep an eye out for that. I do, everybody. We're going to try working through some of the different issues that we may or may not be having on Lil'Red here. I am not really proficient with chasing down electrical issues. Unfortunately, I'm fairly confident that that's what we've got going on here. Truck ran and drove fine, and then it died for no reason. Started back up, made it home, died again, and then no cranky after. Well, sorry, no start after that. It'll crank over. We're not getting any spark out of the coil. The coil was replaced, still no spark out of it. I believe this little guy down here, I'm not sure how well you can get down in there. Oh, move out, radiator hose. This thing right here, each time this tooth, that tooth, whatever, comes around to this guy down here, super technical terms I'm using there, this guy, that guy. Anyway, like I said, I don't know what all this crap is called, but there's an air gap right in here that's supposed to be a certain thing. 31 thousandths of an inch. We've got 16, 6, and 10 piled together. That's 32, but we should be able to get that through there, and we cannot. So I'm thinking that that closed up. I'm going to see if... Yeah, I can't even get 16 throughs there. Let's go with 10. Wow. Yeah, I think that might be our problem, is that for whatever reason it closed up, because good grief. Okay. I can get 6 thousandths through there. Come over here real quick. We're going to take a lookie in the bookie. And that right there says 31 thousandths for our 84 through 89 Mitsubishi type distributor, and it ain't distributing nothing. So if my math is correct, 16 and 10 is 26, plus 6 more makes 32. Our air gap is way small. So we'll crack the little screws loose, back that thing up until we can give this a nice little feel in there. And probably going to have to put it on the battery charger, but we'll give it another crank, and if it fires, yeehaw. We'll be right back. After blocking your view with my hands, I got everything adjusted, and then we tried to put it back together. And fingers where fingers can't get. Ah! I get it. All right. Take the light out the way. Emergency averted. This is way too long. Oh my gosh. Okay, full disclosure. Once this thing's running, it's going to get new plugs, new plug wires, probably a new distributor cap. I know the rotor just got replaced, the coil just got replaced, but we're going to do whole bunches of cleanup. All right, let's see if it does anything happy. It might be in my imagination, but it kind of sounded like it tried to start at the very beginning there. This thing's been sitting for a good long while. I gave it a couple pumps because it's a carburetor. Do we want to just check the coil wire and see if we get arky sparky? All right, I'm going to take the light away so that we can see in the dark. Stay light down there. Okay. You're going to have to create some shadow.
I don't know how to do that.
Get in the way of the light.
Like this?
Yeah, basically. The engine is grounded. It should throw spark against that. So don't know if you can put your hand like right there. Does that put a shadow on it?
Not really.
All right, don't touch the engine, and you don't necessarily want to be laying on the truck because I'm not sure where this is going to go. You ready?
Yep. Okay.
Is it sparking?
You got spark.
All right, that was our problem then. We had, the air gap was gone. So, theoretically, we have spark. The fuel gauge started to come up, but like I said, it's been sitting for a good long while. So, I'm gonna go see if I got a little starter fluid. We'll give it a squirt down on the air cleaner there, and we might have happy. Third of you want me to squirt it, run around the door, and then try and start it. I'll give you a demonstration. Ready? That's what you need to do. Let me try just like that. Those belts, along with everything else, has been sitting there a little bit, so there's a lot of moisture and a lot of old rubber.
Oh, I died.
And that's what it did last time, so All right, we still have power to the ballast resistor, to each part of the coil. All right, so I'm not sure why it just died. I tried cranking it again and then it wouldn't start again. There is a possibility I did not tighten those screws enough, so we're gonna pull the cap back off. Somewhere around here, oh, that would be this piece of equipment just falling down inside there. That was a great way of doing that. Golly. All right, you gotta use the eyeballs on the end of your fingers. Good grief. Oh boy. Major rookie move.
You left it on there.
I did. I left this on the crank pulley, and when I fired it up, I spun that out. Hey, come here. If you look right down there, that big gold washer.
Ooh, yes.
Right, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a bolt that's supposed to be on it that's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna put those back in the end of the crank now. Thank goodness, all it really does is hold a pulley on, and it's like a press fit kind of thing and all that, so I don't think it moved or anything like that, but good grief, what a retard. We're having fun. No, really. Oh my gosh. And the fan is in the way. My hand is bigger than the space that needs to be in it.
Let's see if I can get down there.
You can move that distributor cap if you need to.
Oh, that's not what's in the way.
Oh, my head?
Your hat.
Oh, great. Does that help at all?
Yeah, I can see what you're spinning now.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to use the crank pulley bolt to crank it over and get that air gap thing lined up again if the bolt's already off and laying down this cross member. Golly. I don't know what torque that's supposed to be at, but you know, when the engine spins the opposite direction and you've got a 18-inch breaker bar on it. Jeez. Don't let me leave that on there this time, would you?
Okay.
Gosh, it's all your fault.
I did mention something along the lines of, I don't know much about cars or trucks, so you're going to have to teach me.
Well, this is my impersonation of a mechanic, okay? So what we're trying to do is get this little 4-prong bob to where that top one is straight up, and that will make the bottom one, I don't know if you can send the phone down in here, but right there, that little gap in between, can you get it right there? Oh, here, go deeper. Okay, that gap right there is what we're trying to check and make sure it didn't move again. It didn't move, so that's not why it died. Going to remove the breaker bar. Golly. And I'm going to tighten those just a scooch more. I'm looking to see if I can find a fuel filter, and I don't see one. That's our fuel line to the carburetor. That's the fuel pump. It goes down. Good grief. All right, that's a hard line right there. Apparently we don't have a fuel line or fuel filter in the engine bay. That's something that needs to change, because I mean, you kind of want a fuel filter between the tank and the fuel pump so that you don't ruin the diaphragm on the fuel pump, which would be this line right here, I believe. I'll have to chase it down because one is a fuel line in and one is fuel line out back to the tank, like a recycle. But yeah, we're back into metal lines both directions. Ooh. This guy right here, that's what's holding the hood up. Ask me how I know if you bump that, it bangs you in the head. Anyway, all right, so let's get the tools out of the engine bay. Breaker bars over there, screwdrivers here, test light, light. All right, I'm gonna give it another squirt and see if that helps. Yeah. I think we've got a fueling issue. Well, looks like we're going to be putting an inline fuel filter in. I left the key on for a while and it came up to like 1/4 of a tank. So that means it's got 1/4 of a tank of crap gas. I've had gas in vehicles that has been in there for like years actually run, but with all the ethanol and everything that's in gas nowadays, who knows? Freaking corn juice. All right, we'll have to get around to playing with some of this stuff. I'm going to have to go get a fuel filter and some stuff that I don't have here. As you can see right here, that we need to get some brake fluid too, because look in that thing. That's supposed to be clear up to about yay. And yeah. So we've got a brake leak somewhere. We got some parts to order, but now I know the distributor's still good. It did run. We just got to get fuel to it now. So the saga continues. We shall be back.